Yeah, hi traders, welcome to the week ahead. I wanted to leave it for 24 hours before I did one after the market opened, just simply because of the Christmas break, basically. I do hope that you have kept safe from the COVID and that you've had a wonderful Christmas, and wish you well for a Happy New Year coming up in a few days. But let's get down to business and get the housekeeping out of the way first. This video is only for educational purposes. It expresses my own personal opinions and does not offer financial advice. By watching this video, you agree not to hold the distributors of this video responsible for any of the ideas and opinions expressed. Trading in the currency market is high risk, and because of the high leverage that is used in trading, you can stand to lose some or all of your money. If you have any doubt about trading in the currency market or feeling need spin advice, then you need to go to a qualified and registered financial advisor before you make this move. Right. Had a bit of action last night on the pound pairs, and nothing really during the day. I was in and out of the house, and there wasn't much action. Market was fairly flat. Now, when it was announced that Donald Trump was going to sign the aid package, there was a little bit of movement, and some of the US pairs just pulled back slightly, but they're looking like they're regaining their initial little bit of a pullback, and I'm still bearish on those pairs, and we'll wait and see how that plays out. As we've said, that our opinions are only opinions until the market proves it to be fact. So let's just quickly run through some of the main pairs. There's not a lot of action at all, so I do not want to just waste time here. So I'm going to start with the Aussie pairs. Aussie CAD, there's just nothing happening at the moment. You can see it's just going sideways. All we have to do is put in your key levels, and you can see them there. There's one there, and there is one sitting under here. Now, it's at an inflection point, and all I'm waiting now is to see if this level holds. It didn't get going when it broke here, and I would take a little position off the bottom here, trade back towards the top, protecting my profits. If we get a break of this level, then all I'm going to do is add to the trade. I'll be taking first and second positions. And I probably need to clarify something. When I do the three positions I take, basically I do one trade. Say it's let's round it up to $1. I split it into three positions, and I'm always looking for the first 20 pips, and then I'm looking for the second 50. Now sometimes you don't always get it. Once the first 20 pips is off, if it's a pair like the Aussie CAD, I will pull my stop losses into break even. Or I might wait for them to go 25 pips, then pull them into break even. Then once the 50 pips is hit, I just pull it up and lock in 25 pips, depending on how much room I want to give the pair to move as it moves up and down. And I basically gauge that by the average true range and trail it at whatever that is. Sometimes on more volatile pairs, if I'm trading pound New Zealand, I have bigger trailing stop loss. Gold, silver, I trail around about 100 pips, but I do like to get them into break even as soon as I can as well. And if I do get stopped out, that's fine. I don't care. I'm looking to keep my losses very small and minimal. So that's where the Aussie CAD is. The Aussie Swiss is doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. Now, you can make an argument here that you have a head and shoulders, and that's the hourly chart. Let's change up to the day. But you can see that excuse me, that I'm just waiting now to see. That's where I did get in again. And of course you can see I've been stopped out. A few nickels and dimes. But what we're looking for is this level here to hold. It's pretty simple. And if it does, looking to catch a bounce off that level. And we should be in business. I'm expecting the trend that I'm seeing to continue to move on up. Here's the double bottom here. And we had our first push, a bit of a pullback, and I think we're in our third push now, so we'll wait and see how that goes. Aussie JPY, again, critical levels, and let's just get the drawing tools off for now. But you can see if we squish it up, there's a key level there, and I would probably put that in. It's very subjective to every trader, so there's not, to me it's not a black and white, right and wrong. That's how I do that, and until I get a break of this level here, I'm not interested in trading it. Gosh, I can't, oh look at that, I did it that time, there we go. Now, if it comes back and retests this level, I would be interested by taking some small positions off the bottom. There's nothing on the Aussie New Zealand. We've had the break. As you know, I've been trading this up. I'm currently out of it. I'm watching now to see if this level holds in here and I get a bounce off this level and make a break move. Aussie USD. Just nothing happening. We've talked about this before, this inverted head and shoulders. And there's the neckline. It needs to be broken to really get going. And right now it looks as if it's just going sideways. So patience is the key. We're looking for a close above this level and engulfing candle or something like that above the neckline. Obviously, as it goes further up there, you would not look at this neckline. It should really stop here. Let's just come on down here, pick this up. It should really stop here and start. It's more like it, so that as it moves along, it's still got to break this neckline because it makes a move up. So all good, as we say. Righto. There's nothing on the CAD pairs that they're just not doing anything. Not going to waste time and energy discussing them. I do have key levels put in on the pound JPY, or sorry, the CAD JPY, and pretty simple. Looking for a bounce off here and a retest of this level here. There's nothing on the Swiss JPY. It's just a mess. Euro AUD. It's broken out of this triangle. We put that in before Christmas. And as you see, you get a break and you get a bit of a move down, but now it's come back up and retested. So, nothing more to be said really, except that for me, I am just keeping an eye on these levels here. And this could go sideways for a month, 6 weeks, but I would expect at some point, at some time in the year, it'll make a break out of here. Euro NZ, very similar scenario. As you know, I was looking for a break below here, didn't get it, and the rest is history, as they say. So now that we've got this sideways movement, that's all I'm doing. Just waiting now for a break out of this area. Euro CAD. had its little break, didn't go anywhere. You could say it's done a retest, but it's come right back down into here. And we can take that one off. As long as this level holds, there's a possibility that this may begin to make a move up. If you do decide to get in on this, like for me, it would be strength indicator and momentum. For me to it'd have to line up in a good engulfing candle. You know, sort of like this here, you could place, if you wanted to, a pending order just up in here. That's what would be my normal practice, but I'm just a little bit wary because we've got this high up here. So because of that, I won't be putting any pending orders on up here. And it doesn't matter that there might be 100 or so pips in there. I don't really care. You know, that's where traders get beat up, because you know, going for the small pips, because it can do anything. You get an announcement come along, and then next minute it's going against you, and next minute you're upside down. It's just not worth the grief. Euro pound, pretty similar. Watching these levels here, nothing to report. Euro JPY, similar. You can see just going forward. Now this here is the monthly trend line that I put in a few weeks ago, and I would not be surprised if we get this even meander on up to here over the next few weeks. But I am expecting further weakness in pairs against the yen, so we will see. Until then, I'm not trading until it breaks out of this little range right in here. So it's just real simple trading. It's not hard, and it's just not worth the risk of getting beaten up, you know, by getting anxious, as it were, about exactly trading all this rubbish in here. Euro USD, we just have to wait now. We nearly got up to 123. It's holding above 122. The big question is, can it go higher, or is it going to come lower? If the US dollar weakens, of course, I would expect this to move on up and hit that 123. But right now, it could be that all we're going to do is get some sideways movement until we get a direction. So there's nothing more to do. Gives you plenty of time to go to the beach, or go fishing, or whatever you do. You know, this is the beauty about daily candle change. You don't have to be in front of your charts all the time. Right, let's just get rid of these and remove drawings. Pound AUD. Well, now that they've made a decision and reached an agreement with the negotiations between Europe and UK for getting out of the European Union, we just have to wait for the parliaments to ratify that, and then things should begin to evolve as to what the pound pairs are going to do. And I believe that there are going to be some wonderful opportunities on the pound pairs. Britain will rise again, and eventually, even if it takes, you know, into the second quarter of the coming new year, it's going to make a decision on what it does. There is a lot of devaluation in the pound since they voted to get out of Brexit. There's a lot of ground to be made up. I'm unsure about this. This looks like this could be the bottom here, and we will wait and we will see. I will be trading it in the London and breakout trading environment, you know, Frankfurt, London. Pound caddies, they're all in the same boat. And here's key areas for the pound caddy. Just put your levels up. Pound Swissy had a wonderful move last night on the pound Swissy. It was worth nearly 100 pips, plus the first position off at 20, second position off at 50. And just show you quickly. Well, it's just easy stuff. You know, trading's not hard at all. It's real simple. You have a good strategy, one that you know that works, a simple strategy, tight money management, and you consistently trade. Once you've tested it out and know that it's there. So where are we? This was it up here. So what you do is you just mark those little areas. So Frankfurt candle, it broke out. And just up in here. You know, and Frank, see if I can make it a little bit more robust there. There you go. So that candle there, there's a Frankfurt candle, that is the London candle, and it's just a matter of once the London candle is closed, just put it in and away we went. Got all three positions off for good profit. At the moment, the little alteration I've made to the London and Frankfurt is I'm not trading it until after the London candles close, and I'll probably do that for the next week until we get into the middle of January, and then I'll, you know, if I get an obvious breakout in the Frankfurt candle, I would take it, but I'm just a little bit wary because there's not a lot of volatility in the market. But you can do either or, it doesn't really matter. So coming back and getting on track again. There we go. Pound JPY. Again, there's been a lot of discussion and a lot of commentary around this pair. Is it going to go lower? I'm expecting the US JPY to go lower. I'm expecting this one. It could go lower or higher. I'm just, you know, so if I get a break this area of 140, I will have a go at taking it up. It's had 3 attempts so far and failed, but the same can be said that it's had 3 or 4 attempts through here and it's failed and hasn't been able to move. And theoretically, if you have a look at the trend and we're trading in the direction of the trend is up at the moment. So keep your eye on that. Pound ZD, very much like the pound AUD. If both the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar are going to strengthen, I would expect this to weaken a bit more, but because the pound has got so much ground to make up, I would not be surprised to see both the pound AUD and the pound New Zealand reverse and begin to make up some ground. So again, we just have to wait and see. Probably a good thing to do if you run your trend line down in here. It's got a lot to go, and then you have to put the trend line through here as well. And if that trend line gets broken, and then the key levels, see these highs in here, if they get taken out, then you can see this is probably a better area for support and resistance. Put this in. Here's another one. So you break this trend line, break this here, and I would be interested in trading it to the inside of the trend line. Pound USD, that made a nice move last night too. We'll see what happens. Theoretically, since March this year, this has been an uptrend. And if the US dollar weakens any further, I'm looking for a bounce off here. Looking for a bounce off this level as long as it holds. And we'll see what happens. Anything that takes out these highs here would be a really good signal. New Zealand CAD, that has stalled. I'm trading it up and down here. We've got a double top right here. It has we need to see this level hold. In fact, we need to hold this right up into here now is where I'd be looking at support in there. Where's this? Let's see. New Zealand JPY, very similar to the Aussie JPY. Technically, both the pairs should make a move up, but I'm just unsure of what's going to happen. The yen looks as if it is strengthening little by little, so I'm aware that I need to take that into consideration. And that's the neckline I've got through there. So by any break above that, I will get a New Zealand USD. Now, when the announcement of the aid package came out that Trump was going to sign it, yesterday we saw this little pullback. This was tracking well up here. I'm just at break even again. I was up, well, several pips. So I got back in here before Christmas on that. Pardon me. And going quite nicely. It's pulled back, and I'm just around about break even. Not just a couple of pips upside down, but I expect that to continue. Announcements are always little hiccups, but the big picture is I think that we're still going higher. USD CAD, again, just waiting for this level here. I was interested in the trade below here. Didn't get it. And it did do a retest and coming back. Now it's got to break this out. Now if it breaks this out again, I may be tempted, depending on momentum and the strength indicator, as to put my foot in the water here again. But I'll only go really, really small until I get a break of this low here, because that's the next thing. You can see that we're making lower highs and lower lows. If this trend is going to continue, and especially if the US dollar is going to weaken, we will see this take this low out and continue down a little bit further. USD Swissy managed to stay under the support area that it broke, which is now resistance. So same deal. I was looking for a trade past here, and I will wait on this one until we get a break with him. USD JPY. Well, 104 is the resistance area, and it hasn't quite hit that, but I am looking for another move, and any break below 103 I will be definitely in, but I will definitely, my plan on this one is to take out, you can see that this daily candle here, this is what you call an inside bar, so you've got a high, and a low. And I'm just looking for this to be taken out. I will gently put in a small lot size through here if I get a break out. Let's see, I've done that wrong. Take the lock off. Here's the light. Oh dear. The alarm's going off. There's the line of that bar, and it's inside bar, so it needs to break the line and then get in. Right. Let's quickly have a look at gold. Gold and silver had a little move up. Not a big move, but it was a nice little move up yesterday, and that was real nice. I got that, and then it couldn't break the 1900. I took a profit there, and now we're back down here between 1875 and 1900. It's going to begin to get a lot higher, it has to break the 1900. So currently there's no trade there. I would go down to a lower time frame and have a look. Possibly, let's go to a 4 hour. Let's see if this thing's going on. It's like a slow boat to try on. Okay, there we go. Look, it just needs to come off here. I'm not interested in trading at North unless I get a break of 1900. If we get a break lower, 1800's my mark. If I thought it was an impulse move, I might scalp it if I had the luxury of being in front of my computer. Otherwise, I won't. Silver's very similar. Not a lot here to report. It had its little move up for Christmas. It didn't have an impulse move like gold did yesterday. And it just looks like it's just going to go sideways. And for me, 26 is a support area. That's that there. And this has got to be the resistance area, and it's so close to 27 that my preference is to make 27 the resistance. It's just not too far away, and I think if it's going to go any higher, significantly higher, 27 is where we need to have things marked out just in the. And I think it's just sensible and safe not to trade within here. So we will wait. Now, just wanted to take a quick look and finishing at the dollar index. And you can see we're still sitting below this key area around about 90 level, which was very key, and we'll go back up and look at it in a weekly context because it's much clearer. It has not broken up here, not even with the announcement of the aid package being agreed to. So I'm looking any break below here. Go check your US dollar crosses, Aussie USD, your New Zealand USD, CAD USD, etc., because you will find that those two pairs will start to strengthen again. All right, with that being said, that ties it up. I wish you well for the week of trading, and stick to your rules. If your system or strategy is not working, then you change it and do the testing so that you've got the confidence in it. And then when you come back and start trading it live, trade small and until you get your confidence levels up and you can see that it works well and you have confidence in what you're doing. Practice really tight money management. Take your profit when it's there. Don't get greedy. If you've got a big enough account to trade at $1 or $2 or $5, split your one trade up. My suggestion is split that trade into 3. Take your first 20 pips off, then your 50, and let the third one run. It's a very solid, safe way, and it minimises your losses and maximises your profits. So take care, and well, if this is helpful, subscribe. That'll be cool to the channel, and place any comments there, and I'm not going to say I'm going to do a morning report from Down Under every day, but there will be some mornings where it will be valid and I will. But weekly report will come out at the opening of the market each week, or the week ahead. And I wish you well with your trading this coming year. If you want to get in the chat room, just put a comment and say, hey, can I have access to the chat room? I've got an email that I can put in there and give you access to, and you can contact me that way. I'm just very cautious of who I let into the chat room. It's all free, it's not going to cost you anything. But I don't want any tire kickers or idiots in there. It's a very unique group of traders. They're all trading in their own right very successfully. So we are careful who we let in. But if you're interested, let me know and I'll contact you by letting you have an email that you can contact me on. Cheers.